Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I am so excited because I finally got my Glamlite Burger palette. I ordered the palette when it first launched on pre-order, which was a few weeks back. I was so excited to get it. I just got it in the mail last night. So I'm going to be walking you through this entire makeup look, the eyeshadow tutorial, makeup tutorial, and I'm also going to give you a quick review of the actual palette, which I have in my hand right here. I'm going to show you swatches as well. So I will show you every single eyeshadow swatch from the palette, and I will also compare it to the pizza palette. I wouldn't say they're duplicates, but you guys will get to see that later on. Anyway, if you want to see all of that, then just keep on watching. So really quickly, before I actually show you guys the eyeshadow tutorial, I am first going to talk to you about the palette. So the palette does come in a little box that says Glamlite Burger palette, just like the pizza palette did. And when you open the palette, you get the actual palette right here. It is a pretty big palette, just like the pizza palette. It is a little bit smaller than the pizza palette. The packaging on this one is like padding, so you can see how I can like push it down. And then when you open it, you get 16 eyeshadows, you get some mattes, you get 3 neon shades and 3 shimmers. So all in all, again, you do get 16 eyeshadows. You do get a mirror on the inside of the palette, just like the pizza palette, and the palette retails for $41. I purchased it on pre-order, and when I went onto the website just now, it does say that there is high demand, so there's a 7 to 10 day processing time, but there is limited quantities. There are limited quantities available, so if you guys want to get the palette, then I suggest you go onto the website basically quickly because they are getting sold out. So anyway, I think that's pretty much all of the basic information on the palette. So let me go ahead and show you the eyeshadow tutorial next. So to start off this look, I'm going to prime my eyes, and to prime my eyes, I'm going to come in with the new Jeffree Star Concealer, and this one is in the shade C0. So today's look is not going to be anything too technically like difficult. I'm not going to be cutting the crease. I just want to use as many of the bright colors from the palette as I possibly can, especially like the matte neon colors. So if you guys want me to do different looks with the palette, let me know down below and I will definitely do more looks. I have 2 other ones in mind that I wanted to do, so just let me know down below if you guys are interested. But yeah, hopefully you want to see the neons because that's what I want to see. So first I'm coming in with Tomatoes. So grabbing the shade Tomatoes, I'm just going to grab a small blending brush from Luxie Beauty, and I'm just going to start packing this color on right to the outer corner. I'm basically going to start creating a gradient with all of the neon colors that I want to use for today's look. And I am bringing these shades pretty high up because these are the only colors that I'm going to be using. I'm not going to be using any transition colors or anything like that. So I am going to take these up pretty high. I feel like leaving the brow bone white, it's like early 2000s. We're not doing that anymore. Take your eyeshadow as high as you want. I think it looks beautiful, looks blended. So if you take your eyeshadow too high, don't worry about it. It's the new look. And so far I feel like the palette is definitely giving me good pigmentation. They're blending out really nicely. So far so good. They're actually not too powdery. I am getting some kickback when I go into the pan, so I am going to start blending out the edges. Even though these are the only colors that we're using and we're not using a transition color, I still want the edges to look nice and blended and airbrushed. Now I'm grabbing the color Ketchup and another pencil brush, and I'm going to start blending that into Tomatoes, and I'm going to be doing the same thing, packing the color and then just blending out the edges. We are going to essentially create a gradient with all of the neon colors. As you guys can see, I am bringing these shades all the way down to the lid because we're not going to be using any other colors on the lid other than the neons. So I am blending the edges of this shade right over here as well, so that it makes the next color that we come in with a lot easier to blend. And because we are creating a gradient, I'm also going to make sure that I blend the edges right here so that when we come in with the next color, it makes it a lot easier to blend into. Right next to ketchup, I'm going to be coming in with sweet potato fries. And as I'm applying this shade, I am blending it to the previous shade so that everything looks nice and blended. And we get a beautiful blown out gradient. With this shade, I am going to blend out the edges as well. Next, I'm coming in with the shade Mustard. So for the inner corner, I'm going to be coming in with Avocado, and I am bringing the shade Avocado all the way to the inner corner. And now I'm just going over every single shade and making sure that I build up the pigment one more time. I'm going to come in with the shade Lettuce, and I'm just going to apply that right to the inner corner so we at least get to use one of the shimmers from the palette. I was debating if I wanted to use Lettuce or Cheddar, but because I did come in with the lime green, I think I'm going to use Lettuce. I'm going to actually run the shimmer over Avocado because it looks a little bit weird with that gap there. So I am going to take it all the way up and right over Avocado. Next, I'm coming in with my new favorite eyeliner, which is the new Too Faced Better Than Sex liquid eyeliner. So because there's a lot going on, I do want this winged liner to be kind of on the thicker side. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Wish me luck. Now I'm coming in with some makeup remover. This is the Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water. Excuse my accent. I'm going to take a little Q-tip and I'm just going to clean off the edge, and I'm going to be very careful not to touch the winged liner. I'm going to take the Marc Jacobs pencil in the shade Whirlpool. Taking the Marc Jacobs pencil, I'm just going to apply that right to the waterline. For the lower lash line, I'm first going to come in with the shade Red Onions, and then for the other half, I'm going to use this shade right here called Spinach. So I'm just taking the shade Red Onions right to about here, so right to about the middle. And now I'm coming in with Spinach, and I'm applying that to the rest of the lower lash line. Then I'm taking a pencil brush and I'm just going to lightly blend out the edges to both of these shades. Now I'm going to come in with mascara, and I'm going to be using the new Milk Makeup Waterproof Kush Mascara. For lashes, I'm going to come in with these from Violet Voss. These are in the style I Don't Give a Fuck. Alright, so this is the finished look. I'm going to go off camera and do the other eye, and then I will be right back to give you my final thoughts, show you swatches and all of that good stuff. So I'll be right back. So here we have barbecue sauce from the Burger palette, and then right next to it we have the shade Marinara from the Pizza palette. So here we have green peppers from the Pizza palette, and next to that we have spinach from the Burger palette. So they are definitely different greens, and I do have to tell you guys, the formula in the Burger palette feels a lot softer, a lot smoother, not as chalky as the Pizza palette. Even though I didn't have any issues with the Pizza palette, I can definitely, when swatching, tell the difference between both formulas. So this is the orange from the Pizza palette, and then this is the orange from the Burger palette, and as you can see, they're totally different colors. So right here we have pineapple from the Pizza palette, and then right here we have cheddar. So in reality, we really only have one duplicate, and that's being marinara and barbecue sauce, and then these two, pineapple and cheddar, are pretty much identical. Even though they're identical in color, definitely the formula from the Burger palette is a lot better and shinier, and it just feels really soft and buttery. So I really enjoyed the palette. I was really excited for this palette because of all of the neon colors in the palette, and they did not disappoint. Every single eyeshadow was extremely pigmented. I didn't have any issues with blending, pigmentation, or anything like that. The colors in the palette are gorgeous. It does have a lot of kickback, but I feel like that's pretty normal these days with a lot of eyeshadows that have a lot of pigment. So it did have a lot of kickback, and I did have some fallout onto my face. So I do recommend that when you do an eyeshadow look with this one, definitely do your base makeup after you do your eyeshadow. Is the palette a palette that's like for everyone? No, I know that not everyone likes bright neon colors, and of course not everyone likes food theme palettes, but I think it's really cute. I think the concept is really cute. I really do enjoy the color stories from her palettes, and the quality I really like. I really like the quality of the Pizza palette as well. And I know on her website they said that this is the best formula, or like the most pigmented formula that they've made to date. And I know that they are coming out with a taco palette as well, which I'm probably gonna end up purchasing too because I'm obsessed. But yeah, I do recommend the palette, especially if you're into, you know, bright colors and these types of palettes. It is gonna be a little bit challenging to store it, but if you have room, it shouldn't be, you know, too bad. So I think that's it. I think that's all that I have to say about the palette. If there's anything that I missed or any questions regarding the palette, definitely let me know down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you really liked this makeup look. If you do decide to recreate any of my makeup looks, don't forget that you can use the hashtag GlitterBeauties on Instagram, and you can also tag me at GlitterBeauties. I would love to see and share your looks. I do post a lot of extra content on Instagram that you guys won't get to see here on YouTube. So if you want all of that extra content, definitely go check us out on Instagram. If you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe subscribe button before you go. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.